The Tiruppavai is a collection of 30 stanzas in Tamil written by Andal, also Nachiyar, in praise of the Lord Perumal. It is part of Divya Prabandha, a work of the 12 Alvars, and is important in Tamil literature. Kodhai Devi or Andal incarnated on this earth in the 98th year after the beginning of the Kali era. She performed a wonderful vratham or prayer called Dhanurmasa vratham to tell us that, by practicing this vratham, one can attain all materialistic happiness along with the eternal bliss. The period, from when the sun moves into the constellation of Dhanurrasi or Sagittarius and until it moves out to the constellation of Makara or Capricorn, is known as Dhanurmasam. In Thiruppavai Andal gives a universal call to all people to recite the name and glories or Lord. What Tiruppavai says, a summary: after the sun sets, the period just before the ensuing dawn is called Brahma Muhurtam according to Vedic scriptures. It is an auspicious time, for it gives good thoughts and intentions. Practices like meditation and penances done during this hour, gives favorable results. According to Vedic calendar, 1 earth year is equal 1 celestial day. So the last 6 months on the earth is equal to 1 celestial night. Hence, the pre-dawn period, the Brahma Muhurta, for the heavenly beings falls in the month of Dhanurmasam. Andal taught us this Dhanurmasa vratham because she wanted us to spend these auspicious days in contemplation of God. This vratham was performed for Krishna. Krishna means good happiness. Man is always in the quest for happiness, in order to attain which, he engages himself in various kinds of jobs. But pursuit of materialistic happiness will eventually lead to sorrow. So, Andal performed this vratham desiring the eternal blissful God. She desired and attained him. It is not easy for man to know who God is and the means to reach him. Air is not visible to our naked eye. We know the presence of air, because if we stop breathing, we die. Similarly, according to the poem, we must realize that there is a divine energy which is the cause and controller of our activities, our present form and name. He can be easily attained in his form as an idol or archamurti. He exists as an archamurti with the same auspicious qualities as he is in his highest divine abode Paramapadam. Let us worship him and ask him whatever we want. He will suitably grant us everything. Kodhai Devi instilled such a faith through her pasurams, poems. According to the poem, God is only one and he appears in various forms for our sake. He accepts our offerings and blessings even when he is worshipped in an idol form in our house. It is for this reason Kodhai Devi performed the vratham near the deity Vatapathrasai. She desired for Lord Sri Ranganatha, she worshipped Lord Sundarabahu, she asked us to reach Sri Venkatakalapathy. This she did to create the faith that God exists in all forms. By whatever name one calls, he is there for us, dwelling on the 7 hills as Srinivasa or Lord Balaji in Tirumala, the god of the Kali Yuga, the primeval cause of the creation, the husband of Lakshmi Devi who is Srimanarayana. In order to remind us of this, Andal prayed, so we might be able to do service in the temple of Venkateshwara. According to the poem, the symbolic undertone behind Andala unregistered trademark entreaty to her friends to wake up and seek Krishna subsumes the essence of the 3 basic mantras in the Vaishnava tradition the Tiru mantram, Vayam and Sharama sloka that signify the truth of the Paramatma or the Supreme Being who dwells in everything. There is a hidden meaning in the 27th Pasuram, for example, where Andal explains the importance of an acharya whose guidance is mandatory for a disciple to get these trio of mantras. If the meaning is taken literally, it appears that Kodhai Devi is asking for some of the ornaments for the vratham, but in there explains the importance of these 3 mantras in a symbolic way. Every pasuram has this detailed undertone which must actually be realized. Tiruppavai is said to be Vedam Anathakam Vithagam, meaning it is the seed of the Vedam. As the entire tree and the trees coming from it are hidden in the subtle seed, so is the entire essence of Vedam hidden in Tiruppavai, which can be revealed only under the guidance of an acharya or a guru who is well versed in Vedic scriptures. This entire hidden essence is mentioned in the Andal's verses in the form of poetry. Pavai genre. Thiruppavai belongs to the Pavai genre of songs, a unique Tamil tradition sung in the context of the Pavai vow observed throughout the month of Margazhi. Sri Vaishnavas sing these stanzas every day of the year in the temple as well as in their homes. This practice assumes special significance during Margazhi. Each day of this month gets its name from one of the 30 verses. There are references to this vow in the late Sanjamira Tamil musical anthology Parapadal. Andal's 30 songs contain the cardinal principles of Vaishnava Dharma during the month of Margazhi. Vaishnavas sing these songs to bring peace, prosperity and divine grace. Andal assumes the guise of a cowherd in these 30 verses. Andal appears intent upon performing a particular religious vow to marry the Lord, thereby obtain his everlasting company, and inviting all her girlfriends to join her. Towards the end we learn that she did not actually perform a religious rite, but is simply praying to be granted the service of the Lord for eternity. She yearns for everlasting happiness and service of the Lord. Overview: the first 5 stanzas provide an introduction to the main theme, its principle and purpose. According to Andal, one should give up luxuries during this season. Sincere prayers to the god will bring abundant rain and thus prosperity. Offering Lord Krishna fresh flowers would expiate sins committed earlier and those that may be committed in future. In the next 10 stanzas she describes the importance of community participation. She invites her friends to gather flowers. She essays the ambience at her village, the chirping of birds, colorful blossoms, the musical sound of butter churning, herds of cattle with tinkling bells, the sounding of the conch from the temple. She visits each household and awakens all her friends to join her for a bath in a nearby pond. She also praises the incarnations of the Lord. The next 5 stanzas describe her visit to the temple accompanied by her friends. She desires to render Suprabhata gently to wake up the Lord. The group appeases the temple guards, enters the temple and recites prayers extolling the parents of Lord Krishna and begging them to wake up Krishna and Balarama. Then they approach Neela Devi, the consort of the Lord, to have a darshan. The last 9 stanzas are on the glories of the Lord. On receiving his blessings, Andal lists her demands. Milk for the vrata, white conch, lamps, flowers, and rich costume and jewelry, plenty of ghee and butter. The concluding stanza is an invoe identifying her as the daughter of Vishnusita who made this garland of 30 pasurams and says those who recite with devotion will have Lord a Euro unregistered trademark S blessings. Verses and explanation: the Tiruppavai also includes 3 Thanayans composed by later authors to introduce older texts. The first Tanayan, Neelatungastana, in Sanskrit was composed by Parasrapata, and the next 2 Tanayans, Anavalpadivai and Chudikudava, were composed by Sri Ayakanda. Thanayan, this is a song which is a prelude to Tiruppavai and is generally termed as Tanayan or that which stands separately. Andal from the swan-filled Padivai, sang she, in her sweet voice, several enchanting sweet odes, for being sung during the worship and adulation of Pavai. They are but a garland to him, from her who wore them first, before presenting them to him. Each Pasuram, ode to gods, of the Tiruppavai is generally named by the first few words of the poem. These are given first and a translation into verse given then. Recital in Thailand: interestingly, this Hindu hymn is recited in Thailand as well. The Thais celebrate this event as a festival in the month of December January, corresponding to the Tamil month Margazhi. It is termed as Triyampavai Tiruppavai. The ceremony of Triyampavai or the swing ceremony was one of the 12 royal ceremonies held in each of the months of the Thai lunar calendar in the Sukhothai kingdom. They constructed the giant swing in Bangkok for the ceremony. Trivia: the Tiruppavai is also recited in Thailand. The last 2 stanzas are recited in Tamil along with Thiruppavai during coronation of the Rama. Thiruppavai is sung anew of Suprabhatam during the month of Margazhi at Tirumala. References. External links: short essay on Tiruppavai, commentary on Tiruppavai, audio commentary on Tiruppavai, Tiruppavai, viewable in multiple Indian scripts, PDF of Tiruppavai, explanation of Tiruppavai by Professor Dr. Chenni Padmanabhan MD, Tiruppavai Tamil and English lyrics.